Welcome to Unlocking Success, the House and House podcast where you and I will listen to insightful agent stories and tips and tricks to reach success in real estate. I'm James Perry, Managing Director here at House and House. Today I'm joined by the top property manager in the company and one of the biggest personalities in the office. It's hard not to be in a good mood when I'm around her. Welcome, Yewande.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. How's your week been?
Actually, I was traveling. I got back yesterday, so it's been quite good.
Tired?
Not being in the office. Yeah, I'm tired, but I had to be here today for this. So
you don't look tired. That's the main thing.
Thank you.
I was genuinely excited when I saw your name pop up for this because you are a very, very big character, which we'll get into later. But I guess a good starting point would be to talk about property management. Mm-hmm. It's probably one of those things that even in the office here, not everybody fully understands. So maybe you can tell our listeners a little bit about what your day-to-day is, what property management is.
Yeah, so property management is basically just being like the landlord, being the middle landlord. I mean, like between the landlords and the tenants, just being the middle guy, just handling everything from contracts to maintenance to legal cases, rent negotiations, rent collection, just everything that the landlord does, but they don't have any time to do that by themselves. So they reach out to someone to do it for them. That's just what it is.
Okay, cool. Is it just a time issue or is there other reasons why a landlord would potentially do that?
Yeah, most landlords do not want to do like they don't want to, what do I call it, the dirty parts of the business by themselves, like telling the tenants to pay for stuff, or telling them I want a rent increase. They just want someone else to communicate that with the tenant because they don't want to come across as the bad guy. So I'm the bad guy.
Nice. No, it makes sense. And what about international landlords? Is it a good thing for those guys to actually have someone here, on the ground that can actually deal with this stuff quite quickly?
Definitely, because I mean, those who live in Dubai know like the laws and stuff, but the guys out of Dubai, they buy their properties for investments, but they don't really know what's going on. So they just have you manage it and advise them on what to do, if they can increase the rent, if they're the ones to pay for the maintenance. They don't really want to get involved with stuff like that because they don't actually live here and they'd rather not. So it's more useful for guys out of the country, but it's useful for everyone anyways.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And how many properties do you currently manage?
190.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know.
How'd you do that? You must be stressed.
James, I'm stressed every day. I'm sure you know. The thing is, when I come to work, if someone asks me, how are you? I mean, don't ask me, how are you? Because I will go, I will go in. If you ask me how I am at 10 a.m., trust me, I have so many things to say. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., there's so many things I can say. I mean, you would know.
I would.
You would.
Would you say you're a morning person?
Yeah, I'm a morning person. I like to get everything sorted out in the morning. So yeah, I'm a morning person. God, I think so.
I won't like to see you later in the day.
No.
Just in terms of property management in the company, it is one of the smaller departments. We manage now a huge number of properties in the portfolio. You're successful within the business.
I like to think so. Thank you.
You set this big lofty target at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Which you're very much on track to do.
I hope so. Actually, I am. Let's see. 6 months to go.
6 months to go, yeah. You're definitely on track though.
Yeah, I am.
I think sometimes when people look at people that are successful, they think there might be an element of luck. What's your views on that?
I think there might be some element of luck involved, but I don't think it's fully a luck thing. I also think, the luck comes in where it's like, you're at the right place at the right time, stuff like that. But I also think that people who work smart, there's people who work smart, there's people who work hard, right?
Yeah.
So people who work hard, when they see people who work smart, they're just like, have you done that? Yeah. They're working smart, but they're just not working as hard as you've worked or are working. Okay. So I think it's people who work really hard that think you're just lucky when you're actually working, but just not as hard. You're working smart.
Kind of makes sense.
What I mean? Yeah.
So you would say you're someone that works smart.
Yes.
Okay.
I work
so
smart.
just to dig on that a little bit, like in what ways? Like how are you working smart day to day?
Yeah. Like for me, let's say again the office now, I would say by 9, let's not say 9:30, let's say 10 o'clock, I'm probably done with everything I need to do for the day. I'm really fast. I might not take up my phone or like do stuff from like 8 p.m. the day before. But once I get in the office, once at 9 o'clock, I'm sat down on my desk. 10 o'clock, I'm rounding up everything. Another property manager might still be like blasting emails at like 1 o'clock and getting frustrated and tired and stressed.
Yeah.
But that's not me, because I take out that 1 hour and I'm really, really done with what I need to do for 1 hour. For the rest of the day, I can get on with whatever else needs to be done that's not too important.
Yeah.
So I think that's working smart. But like people just leave stuff, you know, from 9 to 6, they just put stuff here, 1 o'clock, I'll do this at 3 o'clock. I get mine done 9 to 10. So I think that's working smart for me.
There's some quite interesting stats about how much people actually work in a normal working day. And I don't know the exact numbers without looking at it. It's a long time since I read it, but it's like minute really. So if you work 8 to 9 hours a day, there's probably like 45 minutes where you're genuinely flat out.
Exactly.
And people often think, you know, I've had a really busy day, I've had a really busy month, I couldn't have done much more. But I think when you take into account toilet breaks, lunch breaks, it's hot outside, you've just come in, you want to speak to your colleague, it's, if you actually put a heart rate monitor on yourself, it's interesting. So you're just saying that you come in first thing in the morning and you just hit it and get the main things out of the way.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's it.
How do you take a break?
At the office or at home?
Well, look, just generally, you know, I mean, look, you've said you get most of your work out the way in the morning first thing, which then opens you up to doing other stuff, whether it's prospecting for new business and all the rest of it. But, you know, okay, you come home, how do you relax? How do you switch off?
I'm a TV girl. I like to watch TV a lot.
Okay.
And you know the new one is TikTok.
Really?
I'm a TikTok girl, yes. I mean, I don't actually do any TikToks, but I just be on the phone scrolling the whole night. I had to start putting my phone in the living room just so I can stop scrolling the TikTok at night.
Really?
I just be on it. Like, it's just so funny. I don't know if you have TikTok, but it's just, people are so funny on there.
I'm not on it, but probably for that reason that it's too addictive.
Yeah, so TV, TikTok, just relaxing really. I'm just a chill, kind of lay in the couch girl. Don't really do much when I get back from work. On the weekends, but like no when I get back from work.
Fair enough. What do you do on the weekends?
Go out with my friends.
Nice.
Lunch, dinner, brunch.
Favorite place in Dubai?
Do I have one? I like this place I like Amazonico.
Nice.
And there's also this one called La Cantine.
The Farburg.
Oh yeah, that one. Nice. I like that one as well.
So you like all the fancy places?
I don't know if they're fancy, but yeah.
Nice. And you're from Nigeria originally?
Yes.
I've never been there. Tell me a little bit about it. What's it like? And what's the transition like coming to a place like Dubai?
I mean, Nigeria is just, you have to be really smart. I can't speak for the whole of Nigeria because I'm from Lagos.
Okay.
And I live in Lagos. Nigeria is really big, 36 states. So in Nigeria, we're really smart. Like, it's like, you can't be slow.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to take advantage of you. So it's kind of like really fast paced. Like everybody just wants to go, 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 go. That's just how it is. It's nice.
So you mean it's like a hustly kind of place?
Exactly. Everybody there is a hustler.
And everyone's out to make money.
Everyone's out to make money. Everyone's working really smart, hard, just chasing. That's how it is in Nigeria. Don't know if it's the right place for you to visit for holiday, but good luck.
Do you think that helps you in this job?
I think so, yeah.
Common being street smart.
Being street smart and being like strong-minded. Because obviously you need that in property management, right? If not, you're just gonna, I don't know, you need to be really strong because people are going to say all sorts of things to you during the day in this job. But if you have a strong mind, you'll be fine. Yeah. That's it. I mean, when you let me have an assistant, thank you for that.
No worries.
what I was looking for was someone who doesn't take things personally. I think that's how Nigerians are.
Okay.
It's like, you say this to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, next.
Yeah.
And then going on to the next thing. That's how Bev is as well. She's just like, she doesn't take, in PM, if someone says something to you and it just ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
And that can happen literally at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's another thing with me. If someone's calling me at 9 a.m. to follow up on something, they might call me and start yelling. Yeah. And that's just going to ruin my whole day. So, but I'm kind of strong in that sense where it's like things don't really get to me.
Yeah.
I just move on to the next thing. That's how Nigerians are, I guess.
Yeah. And look, I guess, I could have told you that about yourself without hearing it. You come across as a very strong, no nonsense kind of person.
Yeah.
Which is obviously it's a good characteristic to have, because
in this job as well.
100%. 100%. Does anything ever get you down in the job? Have you ever had, I don't know, a situation, a conversation, maybe someone just so difficult that it actually did affect you? And how do you overcome that?
I would say not really. I mean, with my tenants, honestly, I expect it every single day. I wake up, someone's just going to say something. I mean, like, if I have this many properties, 9 a.m. someone's saying something, 11 a.m. someone's saying something. So I don't let that get to me.
Yeah.
But the side that gets to me is my landlords. Now, you can't make everybody happy, I guess. So out of all these properties, I like to please my landlords, I think. So when a landlord is really not happy with me, that really weighs me down. I don't get a lot of complaints from landlords. Like I said, tenants, the landlord wants you to do their bad job, their bad guy job. So tenants are always going to yell at you and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the landlords, when they're not happy with me, I kind of feel like, ugh. I don't get a lot of complaints from landlords. Maybe in my, how many years, I've had like 4 or 5 complaints from landlords just because they like me, they like the way I work.
Yeah.
But when a landlord is not happy with me, that's what weighs me down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just feel like, oh, this person's paid me to do something, I'm not doing well by them, something's wrong, they're not happy.
Yeah.
That's the only side of the job that actually weighs me down, when the landlord's not happy.
Okay. So just on that, one of our values is to obsess over customers, which you'll definitely know. It's difficult to obsess when things aren't going right. I think that's when the real colours of a good agent, a good broker, whatever you want to call it, come out. So how do you obsess over someone when they're actually aggrieved, disappointed, unhappy, the maintenance is not happening the way that they want it? How do you actually still try and pursue that obsession?
I think with property management, it's just listening to them. People just want to talk.
Yeah.
It's in PM. That's why, again, going back to the phone thing, when someone's calling you, they don't necessarily have anything to say. They just want to talk. So listening to them does help me obsess over them a little bit. Like, they feel like, yeah, you're being compassionate. I mean, the maintenance is 2 minutes late, but you want to complain. Okay, I'm on the phone with you. Yeah. Let's talk about it. And they just go on and on and on. But they feel happy when they drop the phone. Yeah. They're like, you've been nice to them, even though you didn't really solve the thing. Yeah. But you've been nice, you've said, you've apologized, that's just what it is. In property management, there's really not too many ways to obsess over them than just listening to their problems and making sure that it's solved, even though you can't do nothing at the minute. Yeah. But just keep assuring them that, I'm working on it, something's going to happen. Yeah. Just make them happy. By the time they drop the phone, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess people ultimately want to know that you care.
Yeah, exactly.
And, that they're being heard, like you said, and you're actually just trying to do something about it, even if the time frame's maybe not what they wanted, as long as you're progressing it
and letting them know that,
and moving forward and communicating properly. I think people genuinely respect that and like it. It's so frustrating if you call a call center, and then I've done it before. I'm not going to name companies, but I've done it in Dubai, but where you're waiting on the phone for 50 minutes and then the phone cuts, and it's just so frustrating. But if you actually get through to someone and they're really nice, polite, proactive, seem like they're trying to help you out, you can't be too angry at that, right?
I mean,
occasionally you get clients that are, don't get me wrong, but I think if you're generally a nice person and you can see that someone's trying to help you in a difficult situation,
you calm down. Like I said, it's not easy to, people are always going to say something, they're always, you're always going to hear something. You try your best to be nice, they're still going to come up with something. We have this this, I don't know if to call it a saying or a little story in Nigeria, where it's like this man and his son, and a horse were walking on the road. And then someone sees them and says, why are two of you walking the horse? Why don't one of you get up on the horse and then keep moving?
Yeah.
So one gets up on the horse and they keep moving, and they see someone. And then this one says, you're such a wicked son. Why are you letting your dad walk and you're sitting on the horse? So they change positions again. The dad gets on the horse and the son steps down.
Yeah.
And then they keep walking and they meet someone else again. And that one says, what a wicked father. Why are you sitting on the horse? Your son is. So, you know, like, they tried everything. Yeah. In the end, the two of them got on the horse. And someone said, do you want to break the horse?
Yeah.
So it just keeps going on and on and on. Like, no matter what you do, people are always going to, that's just how you have to.
People have their own opinion.
People would always, exactly. You can't please everyone. Just once you realize that in property management, you'll be like, once you know that at least 97% of your clients are happy with you.
Yeah.
Not like the rest can go to hell, but you're doing a good job. Yeah. Because people are always going to complain anyways.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So last couple of years, you've been our top portfolio manager.
Absolutely. That's me.
Well done. I remember at the awards, I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, but you came dancing onto the stage, which was a nice moment for me.
Do you not think I deserve to dance? I worked so hard.
True, definitely.
That little 5 minutes was needed.
What happens after that? So we have these awards at Christmas, and nice black tie event, usually in a fancy location in Dubai. What happens after that? Do you set goals for the following year? Do you put the trophy on the side table and never look at it again? Like what, you know, do you pursue the next thing, or do you have time to reflect on what you've done? Do you give yourself a pat on the back? How's it work?
I mean, I'm always like, I'm proud of myself. Yeah, so I do things to make myself happy when I, like, for stuff like that. My awards, they're on my table. I look at them every day. They give me motivation.
Amazing.
To keep pushing. So I celebrate my wins, definitely. I don't just let it go.
Yeah.
And obviously, because it's at the end of the year, it makes you like set goals for the next year as well. So when you say like, oh, I've achieved this year, you want to do the same thing next year, and that just keeps you going.
Yeah. Amazing. Obviously, you're dealing with a lot of landlords. I think you said 190, is it, before? If there's any landlords listening to this, and I'm sure there will be, what should they look for in a portfolio manager? What are the key three things?
Key three things, I would say someone who definitely knows the laws in Dubai, like really, really well versed with the laws.
Yeah.
Someone who's like proactive. Yeah, like ready to get stuff done so the tenant doesn't go complaining to the RDC and stuff like that. And a little bit of compassionate, I'll say. But I don't know if that works for the landlords, compassionate, because they don't want you to be compassionate to the tenants.
Yeah.
They just want you to be like, no, get my rent, get it higher. I'm not paying for this maintenance, tell the tenant that. So I don't know if compassionate is the right one for landlords, but I feel like they do need that, because when you go back to the tenant and you have to understand what the tenant's saying, you still need to be compassionate enough to go back to the landlord to try to explain things to the landlord just to get them to see reason with the tenant.
Yeah.
And so compassionate as well. I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, look, essentially we're working with both sides, right?
Yes.
So you've got to have compassion and ultimately, I guess, there's certain conversations that you might have with a tenant.
Yeah.
And maybe they are right. Maybe you do have to have a difficult conversation with a landlord. So it works on both sides.
On both ends, yeah, exactly.
You mentioned about the regulation. It's quite difficult to keep up with in Dubai. It is changing a lot. It's an evolving landscape. How do you keep up with that, the rules and regulations?
Honestly, I think it's just scenarios that happen every day. We have a team of how many property managers? About, I think we're like 15.
Yeah.
So people have stuff going on every day, and somebody just always finds out something. Oh, this has changed now, and that's changed now. But just because we have all these properties, there's a different scenario every day. So you would always find out about the new laws because something's going on around someone and they share with you. Aside that as well, we have like contacts in the courts, at the RDC, we have at the trustees as well. They update us as well. And we read things, so easy to know. I don't think we're ever like out of knowing what's going on for like 2 or 3 days. We always find out almost immediately, just because of stuff I've said.
I guess for me, you know, being a landlord, the real positives of having a portfolio manager is often when it goes wrong, right?
Exactly.
Like that's when you really kind of earn your money, I guess. And it's difficult, isn't it? If you're a landlord who's overseas or busy at work in Dubai, you know, to go and sit down the RDC or wherever
and do stuff like
try
that and chase,
wait for literally hours and hours and hours. There's a lot of time spent down in these places where you're trying to navigate it. It's not easy. If you could talk to Yewande from 6 years ago, cast your mind back, what would you say to her?
What would I say to her? I would say just relax, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, nice.
Because like, obviously then I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Just chill. Everything will work out, I guess. That's what I'll say.
Nice.
There's not much I would like to change. I do like how everything has been past couple of years, but I will really just say, relax, don't overthink things. It will all work out in career.
Nice. Do you think you've changed a lot just on that in the last 6 years or so as a person?
Yes. I always say this, property management has made me very patient. Just because, like you said, I'm a no-nonsense person. So I'm always wanting to like go back at people and stuff, but with property management, I'm quite patient. I'm just like, someone says something, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So it's made me patient in my personal life as well. So that's helped me.
Amazing.
Yep.
I think that's it for today. So thank you, first of all, Yewande, for joining us on this episode of Unlocking Success. And thank you for being here with us and listening to Yewande's journey. I've got another guest lined up, so stay tuned for more insightful stories. To know more about Dubai real estate or career opportunities at House & House, click on the link to our website in the show notes. You can also follow us at House & House on Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn. Until next time.